Welcome to our presentation. Translation of food recipes. Translating recipes and menus appears to be a simple task at first sight, but that's the only one's first impression. A menu looks like a simple food list, and cookery books might be considered as a list of recipes with sets of ingredients and simple instructions. How misleading! I have been translating cookery books and menus for many years, and I still find this task a challenge. A dish or menu has to inform the customer about its content and also sound appetizing. This is not always straightforward and is full of traps. For example, how does one translate certain Greek dishes into English? Octopus is very popular in Greece and many dishes are based on this ingredient. One appetizer prepared with octopus looks like meatballs but obviously cannot be translated as octopus balls. So what does one call them? The choices are limited: fritters, puffs, or croquettes. None of these, however, can make the Greek word chitapodokeptides. Greek cuisine also has many dishes prepared with aubergine and courgettes, and these two words are perfectly suited for an English cook. They might be unfamiliar to an American who would prefer eggplant or zucchini. Sometimes it is preferable to transliterate the Greek word, as in the case of moussaka or tramasaleta. Another challenge for a translator is total ignorance of the object of translation. How many people know what a humidity pie or bulgur? What do they look like? What do you taste of? And what does one does with ayam tan timboste? This problem can sometimes be solved by consulting specialized dictionaries and the internet, but I still haven't discovered what timbu is. However, not having actually seen and tasted an ingredient or dish is definitely a handicap. Last but not least, translators who are indifferent to food or dislike anything foreign should avoid food translations. Let's look at this picture. Here we can see fast food, but in Britain it's called French fries, in France as well, but in America you can see like chips. Translating food is definitely a challenge, but publishing English language foreign recipe books, for instance, not that much easier. Literia recently published a book in English entitled Origins with recipes from around the world. Before finalizing the text for this book, serious decisions had to be made concerning measurements and language, two very important marketing issues. The requirements for the British market differ significantly from those of the US and Canadian markets. We actually contacted a distributor in the US to inquire about possibilities of distributing the book in America, and not surprisingly, the distributor commented on the use of the word aubergine instead of eggplant. Utensil terminology is another thing one has to be careful about when publishing English language cookery books. The British use frying pans, whereas Americans use skillets. The British use the French expression bain-marie for cooking an item in a container placed in a pan of water, while the Americans prefer a double boiler, also called double saucepan. Ingredients can also cause problems. Certain items in exotic recipes are not available in Western Europe, and one has to find substitute ingredients either by consulting the author or using one's imagination. An exotic recipe from the Philippines in the Origins publication, for example, calls for the heart of banana flour. And although international trade has brought many ingredients to Europe, chances of finding banana flours are extremely limited. The solution is an alternative ingredient with a similar taste and consistency. In this case, palm hearts or apples do the trick. As for quantities, that's another story. The older generation in UK used to be pounds, ounces, fluid ounces, teaspoons, tablespoons, while the new generation has gone metric and talks about kilograms and liters in the USA. They prefer cups. Last but not least, make sure that you do not translate on an empty stomach, as it can be real torture. Bye.